and let me know in the chat if you have questions, and we'll go from there. Please put your message. Please let me know in the chat. Thank you. We'll get started with David Bush from Bear Insider.
Okay, let me.
Go
Hi,
ahead,
Coach.
Dave.
Yeah, hi, Coach. You just kind of give us your overall impressions today, and what stood out, what you really liked about what happened today.
Mm-hmm. Well, the goal of today was to get some more live reps for guys that haven't maybe played quite as much, that we envision continuing to develop roles on our team. And I thought we did that. I thought there was we really tried to slim down the variety in terms of offensive plays and defensive calls, just to make sure we were lining up and playing football. And it wasn't about tricking each other. It was playing fundamental football and seeing who can block and tackle, run and catch, or who can defend the ball in the pass game. So I thought we did that. I thought it was pretty clean overall, with the limited penalties, things like that. So that was good to see. And I thought both sides of the ball made some really, really nice plays. And overall, it was a success and something we got to build on.
Your 2 and 3 quarterbacks got most of the quarterbacking reps. How did they do? What was your overall impression of them, especially Johnson?
Yeah, I thought they did some good things. I don't have the numbers in front of me, so I don't know the efficiency off the top of my head, but I thought they both did some good things. I think Zach has really improved, especially the last couple weeks. Just feeling more and more comfortable within the offense. He commands the huddle really well. He's a sharp guy. He has a good understanding of the offense and what Bill's teaching him. And so it's been nice to see him grow into that role. And I thought Robbie did some good stuff. He has sure improved in the last year or so. And so glad to see both of them have a number of opportunities to get out there and compete.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.
Excuse me, guys. We go to Trace Travers from Rivals.
Yeah, it's weird having us all in the same room now. Good to see you, Coach. Your defensive line was relatively thin today. How do you feel like some of those guys held up? I know you had Ricky and Stanley kind of in there as the two guys in the goal line situation as well.
Yep, we knew that they would get a lot of opportunities today, which we look forward to. Both those guys we think have bright futures. I think they both showed up at times. They still, every 11-on-11 rep they get, there's something that they're learning, and that's a good thing. So I thought both of them made some nice plays. We got to continue to develop and recruit depth at that position. Last year we played with just a very few guys, so it'll be really important for us to develop some more guys that we can rotate in there.
And continuing on the defense, we saw a lot of Ray Woody and Miles Williams at safety. How'd those two guys do today?
Yeah, Ray showed up in the run game, and he's, over the course of the spring ball has gotten better and better, more comfortable with the defense, has really shown up in some of the run fits and things we're asking that kind of down safety to do. I thought Miles is an athletic guy, and he's made some really nice plays throughout spring ball, and I think getting more comfortable within the defense. And I thought, the play he made down there in the low red zone, tipping it to himself, that was a very impressive play. He's battled a kind of a lower body injury and throughout spring ball, and kept practicing and kept competing. So we really appreciate his perseverance in that regard. And I think Miles is going to continue to get better.
Okay, we'll go to Jesse Stewart from the Daily Cow.
Hey, Coach, how's it going?
Good, Jesse, thanks.
So I just kind of want like a little bit of a recap of everything. So earlier in a couple of weeks ago, you said that your whole mission in life right now is to improve every day as a coaching staff, as a team, as a unit. How do you think you accomplished that mission? Like, how successful were you in your mission?
Well, we're better than we were yesterday. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind. I think each player would say the same thing. If you look at the body of work from day one until now, which we get to see it firsthand, we get to see it obviously live, but so much of it is on the practice tape it's also the understanding of what we're asking them to do in meetings, and the retention that the players have of the schemes and their responsibilities within each call. So we've come a long way. It's more competitive in each individual position group than it's been since I've been here, which is a great thing. I mean, some kind of newer, younger guys who are really pushing the other guys at those positions. And so I think that's good. And I think our staff is full of motivated guys who love football, and we're always trying to find a better way, and we'll continue to do so. So when you put those all together, I think that's a recipe for improvement, and that's what we need. I mean, that's got to happen for us to accomplish our goals.
Okay, we'll go to Jake Curtis from Cal Sports Report.
Yeah, Chase only played 2 series, but he was pretty effective. Can you tell me what you think, how he's improved since just even last season?
Yeah, I think just his the comfort in the offense. I wouldn't say understanding. I think Chase had a good understanding of our offense even, last spring as we started to install it, and then got cut short last spring football, and summer was basically gone. But I think the comfort within the offense, the rhythm that it takes to play that position. So I think I thought you saw it today. I thought he was very comfortable, threw the ball on time, had one really nice play where he stepped up into the pocket and kind of flicked it to Monroe on a crossing route, threw a nice comeback to Jeremiah, threw the deep ball to Nico, I believe it was. So I think he just, looks comfortable in the offense, and he's doing a good job in the huddle and on the sidelines communicating with his teammates. So I just could expect Chase to continue to grow in his role with a better understanding of the offense and the experience that he already has.
Okay, we'll go to Jeff Ferrato, Cal Sports Report.
Hey, Justin. I wonder if you could maybe do a more big picture thing. Given what you guys have been through in the last year and the progress that you're seeing right now, where do you expect your team to be in the fall? How good do you think the Bears will be?
Well, it's all about what we do from now until then. And that's what we talked about post-scrimmage there, post-spring game, is we've really laid a great foundation. And I think also the standards of what we bring to workouts and meetings, player run practices, the energy that it takes to improve, kind of having a chip on our shoulder, so to speak, like we have something to prove. So I think that has been set, and now it's holding ourselves and each other accountable to those standards. And we have the right guys to do that. We got some great leadership on the team. We have some talented football players, and now it's about what we do. It's about our actions from now until fall camp, and then as we work through fall camp and through the season.
There were some high expectations for your team a year ago, and then everything kind of went to pieces, and you had a really strange season that nobody was happy with, I'm sure. But do you think there's a little bit less attention and less pressure, and that might be a good place for you guys going into next fall?
Yeah, I don't feel like the pressures or expectations changed anything for us a year ago. I really feel like the guys in our locker room and on our staff and that surround our football program have very, very high expectations of ourselves. So I don't think that had any impact on our performance. The reality is we had 2 games where we made some critical errors and had every chance to win the game, and we didn't. And so the margins of winning and losing are very, very thin. And so, but those are the hardest margins to overcome, and so that's what, our habits and our actions and our behaviors, and that's ultimately the culture of the team is so important, because you never know when that one or 2 plays is going to show up that changes the course of a game or a season.
And a couple of real quick things. Spencer Brash put his name into the transfer portal. I wonder if you could comment on that. And we also saw Jermaine Terry late in the scrimmage kind of limping off a little bit. Can you tell us how he is doing?
No update yet on Jermaine. So I'll be meeting with the trainers here shortly. In terms of Spencer, in this day and age, especially at that position, it's become commonplace for guys to enter the transfer portal, and there's no hard feelings towards Spencer at all. I understand guys got to make decisions for themselves and their future. We wish Spencer nothing but the best, and we'll help him in any way possible. But I think, anymore, especially at the quarterback position, it's it's not uncommon to see significant movement within the transfer portal.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Trace Travers from Rivals.
Yeah, you guys had DeCarlos Brooks taking plenty of the carries for you today. Wanted to know how he's developed and how that kind of all culminated today.
Yeah, I thought, really throughout spring, all those kind of less experienced backs flashed at times. DeCarlos being one of them. Chris Street is another. Ashton Stredick did some good things. Dancy got a couple carries. We've got Chris one that looked really good. So I think DeCarlos it's going to be very competitive in that room, and which is a great thing, to get reps. And we do feel like we have more depth there than we've had in the past. And those reps and those opportunities in scrimmages and in practice are really valuable, because you got to make the most of them when it's competitive like it is in that room. So I thought he's done a good job, and look forward to him continuing to build his body in the off season and have a great summer as we prepare for fall camp.
Yeah. And on another note, you had a handful of tenured guys out today. You had a Coin out amongst others. I don't think I saw Brett out there at all. Are any of those guys in any bad position going forward?
Yeah, there's nothing to report right now. If there's something that would be long-term, we'll report it at the appropriate time, but we don't have anything new to report as of today.
Okay, we'll go to Max Frankie from Barron Center.
Coach, Stanley McKenzie and Ricky Correa got a lot of reps today. Can you talk about the impact those two have in the middle in terms of taking up space?
Yeah, the amount of impact is probably close to 700 pounds, maybe 670, something like that. So a lot of impact between those two. I think they both got bright futures, and they're not just big people. They're not big fat guys. They're just big human beings. They're hard to move, in the A and B gaps. And that's really important in run defense and pushing the pocket in the pass game. So they've both had really good springs. We got high hopes for both of them, and we're going to continue to push both of them throughout this spring and summer.
Okay, any follow-ups, Max?
Yeah, Monroe Young is another guy that got a lot of looks today. Could you talk about his future and what that means for the team?
I really think Monroe in the last year, kind of starting last spring, has taken a step forward, and he buys into his role. And I think Monroe is a guy that can really help our team. He's a good athlete. He's very strong. He's got really good size, and he's tough. He really does show toughness. And I can think of examples of, the things that don't show up on the stat sheet from last season, where he's blocking down the field and wearing DBs out, just because he knows how important that is. And then he has an opportunity to catch some balls. He made a really nice one today on a crossing route. So I'm really proud of Monroe and how he's kind of persevered. He's had some injury issues in his time here at Cal, but really come a long way, and especially in the last year or so. So I'm excited for Monroe and his future and his role on the team.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, anybody with the final question? Okay,